It's a beautiful morning here on Home Sweet Home TV show, and we're sitting around the table having a cup of coffee with you. And I'm talking to Mike Mentor. He's the owner of Falls Foundation Repair. And if you live in this part of the world, on this sort of red dirt clay that we have, pretty much every other house is going to have some sort of foundation problems and need some sort of foundation repair, maintenance. I don't know. And it's a hot topic. And this guy right here has done a lot of them in the area and kind of knows the specifics about this part of the world and how we can save our house from becoming a crack house. How do you do that?
Well, one thing at a time. We get up early, we work hard.
Yeah.
We understand the dynamics of what causes a foundation to fail, and we employ some of the best craftsmen in the industry. We use only the best equipment and just simply outwork the competition.
Yeah. So is my assumption right, it's this red clay and we'll have a drought and then we'll have a lot of rain, and does it just move up and down? Is that what makes a foundation come apart?
So there's multiple reasons why foundations fail, and red dirt certainly doesn't help it.
Yeah.
But red dirt really isn't that expansive in contraction such as you see in the Dallas-Fort Worth area with the black gumbo.
Okay.
Here what we see some cracking develop. You walk across your yard and you'll see those big cracks that just seem like appear overnight.
Yeah.
And that's certainly fixing to happen with these 100-degree temperatures. But the real issue with foundations was the day they were built. We could have made them a little stronger. We could have put a little more concrete, maybe a little more steel reinforcement in there. And so today we know that piers, there's no substitution for drive-in piers beneath the hydration penetration level in the soil.
Oh, I'm going to interrupt you right there. There's no substitute for what?
That's a good place to interrupt. So typically in our area it doesn't rain for 11 months and then you get a year's worth of rain in about an hour and a half with the tornado sirens going off and everything. It's at that time that the water penetrates through the clay and hydrates the clay at all, and it does have some expansion and contraction there. But that penetration level is only going to be between 28 and 38 inches. And so as long as we can get beneath about 4 foot deep, we can expect some degree of stability in the soil that's supporting our homes.
All right, so does that mean we've got to water around the foundation to kind of keep it moisture coming down to that deeper level?
So watering your foundation is certainly a very controversial topic. Most people just automatically throw it out there, water your foundation. But the reality of the situation is that if hydrating or watering your foundation is causing your cracks to come or go, or to make a door stick or unstick, you've already got a more serious problem. And our water is very limited in our area, and we say that if you do have issues with hydration affecting the structural integrity of your home, you need additional mechanical support such as pilings.
Yeah. And so now I know sometimes, when you talking about a piling or a pier, that's where they dig the hole and kind of jack up the side of the house. Tell us about what kind I need, because sometimes say they need steel posts that go all the way down and others do concrete blocks and shims.
That's correct. There are multiple different piling systems on the market today. We could talk about each different one, such as the helical pier system, the steel end-bearing system, but predominantly the majority of all pilings that are installed in North Texas are the concrete press piling. That's a 6-inch diameter piece of concrete, 1 foot long, looks very similar to a paper towel roll.
Yeah.
We bring in a crew, we dig an access point about 2 foot by 2 foot by about 3.5 foot deep underneath the concrete footer of your foundation. We bring in a special hydraulic machine that will drive that concrete paper towel roll into the ground. We'll stack another one on top of it and we'll drive it into the ground. One right after another, very similar to how you would stack up Legos. Once the Legos are stacked up and the concrete press pilings are driven in the ground, the paper towel rolls, one right after another, then we'll bring in some 20-ton hydraulic jacks and we'll use those to elevate the slab back to as near as the original elevation as we can without causing too much structural deformity. And then we'll use some steel shims to shim it and to hold it in that position going forward.
Yeah. And so where in that process is kind of mistake me made? Anywhere in there? Because I know sometimes that sounds simple, but not everybody can get it right because it doesn't stay sometimes. That's what happened to me. Is the house goes back down and you think it's the rain or the red dirt.
Well, I heard a couple of different issues there in your question. The first is what kind of mistakes can be made, and that's really what sets Falls Foundation Repair apart from all other contractors. We've already made all the mistakes more than once. Not only have we made all the mistakes, but we have professionally determined the best way to solve each one of those mistakes. So when problems do arise, we are going to solve that problem, not hide that problem.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about the second part of the question. The second part of the question was really about character and integrity to the company. That means, are you going to stand behind your work? Are you going to be there in the future for warranty work? And what can we do about the different types of warranty work we got?
Yeah. Mike, thank you so much for helping us figure that out. The truth about foundation repair warranties, that's gonna help us all. We'll see you soon.